Hi guys, how's it going? So this is going to be my episode 18 review of Attack on Titan. Now this was an awesome episode. It was such a good cliffhanger that it left off with, and just seeing this female Titan, she is a bad bitch. This female Titan is going in, just killing people left and right. I absolutely love this episode, but where this episode kind of leaves us off with was kind of with Jean, Reiner, and Armin. They're basically stranded out in the middle of nowhere, and they only have one horse. So right now, Jean is trying to call his horse back. They're not getting any response, and they're basically out in the middle of this field, and they're basically Titan food. They're basically sitting there waiting to get eaten by Titans. And while they're kind of like, you know, trying to assess the situation, and right now Reiner is putting bandages on Armin's head, like they're all trying to think about, it's like, well, if we don't get another horse, who are we gonna have to leave behind? And everyone's trying to like think about the situation at hand. But we also get a flashback with Armin when he got injured by this Titan, and he was actually looking up. He kind of has like a shocked face when he's looking at the face of this Titan, and what you can kind of tell is that Armin knows, or he recognizes possibly who this Titan is, who is the female Titan. And I think Armin, like at that moment, figured out who it was, and we're kind of just left with to kind of wait and see when Armin actually discloses this information to everyone. And it seems like he was about to do that when Reiner, you know, saying like, oh, one of us should be left behind, and Armin, you know, said like, I'll be the one to do it. But you know, Jean kind of said they'll hold off on that, because then we have someone else coming in with 2 extra horses, and then we have Krista coming to the rescue. And I really like this part too, because it just like, it's so weird in a way, because Krista is so nice and innocent and such a girly girl. You wouldn't expect her at all to be within the Survey Corps, or at least fighting Titans. She does not seem like the Titan fighting type, and just her overall demeanor and just the way that she presents herself, she's just very cute and innocent and ignorant to a lot of things. It kind of seems, it's like, girl, what are you doing out here? But I did get a kick out of once she kind of was glad that everyone was okay, and she's like starts crying and wiping away her tears. You see that like Armin, Jean, and Reiner are looking at her like she's some type of deity. We have Armin saying she's a god, we have Jean saying she's a goddess, and we have Reiner basically looking at her saying like, I'm gonna marry her. I absolutely love that part. So once everyone gets on their horses and are heading back into the formation of the Survey Corps, they're basically wondering, it's like, is Commander Erwin gonna actually abandon this mission, you know, full retreat, and actually put an end to this operation, because this female Titan has basically completely destroyed the right guard, the right scouts, and all these Titans have moved in, and a lot of people lost their lives. So they're kind of saying, it's like, well, we should all like turn back, head back to the district, and actually just like plan out another expedition while we still have the chance to actually get back there. But it turns out the whole formation is still moving forward with the plans, because they see the green flares still going up. They point in the direction to where everyone else is going, and they're basically sitting there like, what is Erwin doing? He must know that at least half of his squad on the right is probably gone, got decimated, and it's like, why are we still moving forward with this expedition that we're on? And Armin kind of has like ideas about why Erwin is doing this, and Erwin definitely has a plan at play here. We just don't know what that play is, and we're starting to learn more and more. It probably has to do with this female Titan, because we know that the female Titan is after Eren, and what if Erwin already knows that this Titan was going to show up, and he's actually like maybe like bringing it into this forest that we later get into, this giant ass forest with giant trees, and trying to lure this Titan in, because Eren might be the bait in this situation, and they're just trying to lure this Titan in and maybe try to capture them. And even Armin, while he's actually like trying to like think about the whole situation, he comes to this conclusion like, what if Commander Erwin is actually trying to capture this female Titan? The reason he probably gave away all of that information at the Survey Corps recruitment like ceremony was to actually weed out this traitor that was actually able to turn into a Titan, and he's trying to capture it, so that way they have someone who actually knows about the Titan secrets and knows about the Titans in general, so that way they can actually, you know, capture them, interrogate them, and actually learn what they know. But I just have to say, the female Titan is an absolute beast in this episode. Like, she is a bad bitch. She is a bad bitch that is basically destroying everyone. Like, there's even a scene where these 3 people in maneuver gear are all hooked onto her, and she's like, oh, well, looks like we're going to be killing her right then and there. But she jumps up into the air and actually manages to stomp out 2 of the people, and she's holding the other one by the cables of the guy's 3D mover gear, and then starts spinning him like a yo-yo, just like my thumbnail and also my little skit in the beginning of this video. She's just spinning this guy around, and he is dead. You can see his limp body in the middle of the spin, just like, this guy is dead beyond dead. She's just toying with him at this point, and I love how she just casually tosses him up into the air like as if he's nothing, and then immediately goes into punt this guy on his horse like it's some football, and it kick is good. Like, it goes far, and I just love that shot so much. I'm just like, holy shit, this Titan is awesome. Now, I know in my last episode I was talking about strategy and the use of strategy, and I really like how they're actually being smart about this whole expedition that they're going on. But this move right here that Erwin does, where they're actually heading to this giant-ass forest with these giant trees, I love the strategy behind this, because not everyone knows of the plan that Erwin has right now. So all we know is that the middle caravan of this whole formation goes into the forest, and everyone else goes on the outside around the perimeter, and they're basically forced to basically stay around the perimeter and to stop any Titans from getting in. And we have Eren and Levi's squad heading towards into the forest. And I love this too, is because even Eren is starting to question, like, why are we going in here while everyone else is going around the perimeter? And even Levi points out, it goes, Eren, look around you. What do you see? And it's like, you've got these giant trees just everywhere. And if you think about it, when they were out in the middle of just the barren wasteland where it was just basically flat plains, their 3D maneuver gear was really at a hindrance within those plains, because you had no trees, no tall objects to basically grapple onto besides the Titans. But now in here, this environment is basically so suited for 3D maneuver gear, and to actually lure the female Titan into this situation actually puts them at an advantage, because now they actually have stuff they can grapple onto, and they can actually use their 3D maneuver gear and their skills to the fullest potential that they can. And I love the fact that they're actually thinking about their weapons and what is the best advantage they have out here while fighting the Titans. It just shows that these characters are smart and are thinking about the situation at hand. And then the female Titan pops up again. This scene is just so cool, and it's animated so well. I love the 3D models that they're using, and just the 3D scape, like compared to the 2D animation that it tends to use. Like the 3D models, kind of like CGI animation. I think it looks really cool within this spot, when you just have the female Titan breaking down these trees and trying to grab at Eren, trying to capture him, and you have all like these other like scouts trying to come in and kill the female Titan, and she's just checking bodies left and right. She's like, oh, you're coming up behind me? Decks a guy into a tree, and you're just like, this female Titan is just so menacing. And I love when she grabs the one guy and punches him out of the air. It's such a cool moment, and this is like her rape face that she has in this moment when she's looking at Eren. I love that face. If it wasn't for her spinning that guy around, that face would have been thumbnail, honestly. But I just love the shot of her doing the yo-yo trick in the beginning parts of this episode. But we have her basically chasing Eren, Levi, and the Levi squad basically through the forest, and everyone else within Levi's squad has basically no idea what the plan is at play. And even Levi isn't really giving any orders in this situation. They're basically trying to outrun the female Titan right now, while this female Titan, with the rapiest face it possibly can make, is actually trying to grab at Eren. And everyone within the Levi squad is basically yelling at Levi. It's like, what is your orders? What should we do right now? And Levi isn't really giving any orders. He's just basically, keeps running forward, and we're basically left on this cliffhanger to where he just looks back, tells them to cover their ears, and he just like puts up this either like sonic boom, or it's another like cannon or flare. It's like something, because we don't really know what it is. But like, why would you have to cover your ears? Because whenever our other characters would use a flare, they wouldn't have to cover their ears. So what is it that Levi has at play here? And does he know the plan that Erwin basically has for everyone involved in this expedition? And is it in fact to try to capture this female Titan? And that's basically all that we are left with within this episode. We're left on that cliffhanger just with the female Titan running right through everyone, trying to get at Eren. And Eren right now is basically like, what should I do? Should he turn into his Titan form and actually go on and confront this female Titan? Or should he obey the orders of Levi and actually not do anything, continue on the path that they were going on, and just hope that he has trust in Levi while Levi has trust in Erwin? So really good episode this time around. I really like the developments that we got, especially with Armin and Jean, just like them talking about the overall situation, how they're going to trust their orders and go about everything. And I love the fact that Armin, being the smart character that he is actually figuring out the entire situation. Like, he's not really overthinking. He's just seeing about the information that he has right in front of him, and the information that he suspects may be true, and is actually making a hypothesis based on all that. And I just think it's really cool. And Armin is kind of like, I feel like, an underrated character in a lot of ways, because his smarts, though he's not good with battles, it's good to have a strategist within your midst, because that's what helps you win battles, and that's what helps you win wars. And this war against the Titans needs someone like Armin to actually be the strategist, and actually be someone that is actually calling the shots, thinking things through, and actually is making like smart decisions leading up to good conclusions. So I really like this episode. I want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of this overall episode? Do you guys love the scenes with the female Titan, watching her do her yo-yo spin, and then watching her, just going in on trying to capture Eren in that face that she made. What do you guys think of that rape face that the female Titan made? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and just subscribe to my channel if you guys are actually looking forward to Attack on Titan Season 2, because we're less than 2 weeks away now until the premiere of Episode 1 of Season 2 of Attack on Titan, and I am hyped for that. So let me also know in the comments below how hyped you guys are for Season 2 of Attack on Titan. That's gonna be it for this review, guys. Episode 19 will be out very shortly after this review, but until Episode 19's review, I will talk with you guys then. Alright guys, see you later.